to tell. You better go outside, but you still alive. Oh, yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the belly phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird derby, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5, take off the fabricate streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside, take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo, take off the San Don't pay, 5 days stay, take a $40 million every Friday, take off the front fly, take off perception, take off the cop with the backpack, take off the outlaw, take off the offshore, take off the sanctions, take off the fake D, take off the fake woke, take off the outlaw, cocky up, take off the gossip, take off the new logic, then if I'm rich, I'm real, take off the shit now, take off the doje, take off the broken bag, take all the designer, off that one do I'm mad. You ugly, you out of pocket, 2 ATMs, you stepping on what? You out of pocket, who you think they talk about us? You out of pocket, who you think they carry out for us? The word in the panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run, the profits are banned, the law take advantage, the market is crashing, the industry wants to sleep in the box while they making the mockery following us. This ain't my literally watching for love, this ain't monogamy, y'all get it. Jumping on what the hell is that, I gotta relax when I feel. All my descendants, they come in my sleep and say I am too real. I'm done with the sensitive, taking it personal, done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right, you hoping for change and miracles, I know the feelings they came with burial cries. You ugly, you out of pocket, 2 ATMs, you stepping on what? You out of pocket, who you think they talk about us? You out of pocket, who you think they carry out for us? Serving up love, dancing in a drum, hell to the big step but never lose account, venting in the safe house, venting in the safe. Can I fit on my truth? I got nothing to lose, I got problems and booze, I can swim on my feet. Cameras moving whenever I'm moving, the family suing whatever I make. Murder is stacking the president, acting the government, taxing my funds in the bank. Homies attracting the fence, but ain't wrecking. Look at my reaction, my feelings escape. This for shake. Tell me what you would do for a steak. When you show your show, no credit. When you show your bro for leverage. What they hypocrites say? What community feel they the only ones relevant? What they hypocrites say? What community feel they the only ones relevant? You out of pocket, you out of pocket. You entertaining me, your dick stop it. You entertaining your friends when we toxic. What your life like? You got it. What the council posted down? Say what I want about you. I'm like overdose. I treat you like I'm Jigga. Watch out, underdog. Oh, you worry about a critic, that ain't protocol.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but don't fear, we've got football to perk up our spirits as we join you from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the second-year man. It's Najee Harris. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Pickett back to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
And the slot man goes in motion left. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
11 mighty. 11 empty.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow under pressure, and they got to him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
11.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are on the board here first in the season opener. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Pickett. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Pickett now on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
Pickett right back to the air again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want, because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
I'm fine, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
And Deontay Johnson just continues to build and grow in his NFL career. Finished second in the NFL in targets on his way to his first Pro Bowl last season. Pulls in the catch there to pick up the first down.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. Pickett sets up play action. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Pickett. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, the first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 43. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw, Pickett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Back to throw, Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 17-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
In what many term is a down year for rookie quarterbacks, the Steelers took Pickett 20th overall because they knew him better than any other quarterback in the draft. They consider him the most pro-ready passer in the class. He's got plenty of gunslinger in him as well. You give him an inch of space to make a throw, he's going to try and make it into a mile.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On 2nd and 2, Pickett complete to Austin here over the middle. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Harris will score. Touchdown, Steelers. So partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Slot man moves right. From the 29, Burrow. That's the tight end, Hurst with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
11-90.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Fans, a reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for highlights and analysis and scores from around the NFL here in this opening weekend.
Let's put the coach to work.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And the slot man goes in motion left. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown! Hayden Hurst, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, a 2nd down.
They'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Pickett now from the gun here. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And he's going to have a 1st down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. Dialing up another pass here, Pickett. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some space here. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now a throw here to his running back, finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. In motion left goes Boyd. First down, here's Burrow. This one caught downfield by Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, 43 yards. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
To try again after the sack. Pickett. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And the slot man goes in motion left. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. In motion left goes Boyd. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And Burrow going to throw again. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
Well, you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off play action. Pickett. Well, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. first throw for the backup Trubisky.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Burrow looking to pass. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon, a touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Pickett.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Robert Foster, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Bengals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really...
Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. On the give, this is Harris. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. But at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Back to Mixon on second down.
Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Here we go. Here we go.
And they will take a knee here. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Bengals, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.
We spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big bitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records, yeah. You could be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot go without God in it. We built the sound you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, kept on my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of trouble.